what you heard is murder, murder, you will need protection. So blinded couldn't see, so look for me to come and give direction. You are now not in the presence of nice guys. Don't shoot one shot if you ain't ready to die. Never get it up, I got shooters for hire. Cause you don't want it.
Marking targets.
I lost count.
Feel the energy.
I lost count of how many times you killed me in that video.
Alright, so I just watched the Black Ops 4 reveal and I want to get some of these thoughts out quickly here. First of all, multiplayer looks interesting, and I kind of predicted that it was going to be Black Ops 2.5 or Black Ops 3.5, and it turns out it takes place between Black Ops 2 and 3. It's boots on ground, but there's clearly sliding, there's a grappling gun for one of the specialists. I personally hate specialists. I don't even really like rigs that much. I don't like characters that I have to play as. I barely like that in Rainbow Six. I don't like it in Overwatch. That's a personal thing of mine, and I'll try to leave that out of this. Honestly, I'm just gonna say this honestly, and this isn't a totally bad thing because I was worried that they weren't gonna do it. It looks like more of the same for the multiplayer, and that's what I really care about. It's like I wanted it to be more of the same, but it looks like Black Ops 4 in the sense that it's the, you know, quintessential COD experience with a lot of gimmicks in it. It doesn't take a genius to realize that more game mechanics does not mean better game. Good game mechanics make a better game. They showed footage of people putting down razor wire and spawn beacons and ammo crates, and I couldn't help but think about, you know, other games, but I don't really mind. They're not, you know, Battlefield isn't the first one to do ammo crates, and they don't own the concept of spawn beacons, and Rainbow Six doesn't own the concept of razor wire on the ground. I like that it was busy and it was new. It wasn't a, you know, a historical game or something. It's gonna have a lot of new toys, and you guys know that I like a game that innovates and adds new things that change up the way the game plays without reinventing the franchise. But I can't say much about the multiplayer other than I noticed that there's a health bar and some players had 200 health, 150 health, or 100 health. I really hope there isn't a big discrepancy in the time to kill because of that. I don't want somebody having 50 more health than me, or 200 more health than me, sorry, or 100 health. I don't think that works. I don't think that's necessary to Call of Duty. I think they could, you know, not do that and it would be just fine. We'll see how it plays. I'm not going to make too many speculations on that. To be honest, I wasn't really unhappy with the multiplayer gameplay we saw, except for the fact that I don't like specialists. I'm not a fan of the concept of specialists. I would just prefer to make my own character, and then I can pick certain, you know, specialist weapons that go with that, you know, go to that specific character. But fine, you know, I'm sure Treyarch knows what they're doing. I mean, people like the specialist thing, people like operators, and I'm sure they're going to maybe even do what Rainbow Six does, where they kind of like add new operators over time. I'm sure they're going to take, you know, a page out of that book. All in all, it looks like what we saw with the last 3 Call of Duties before World War II with the futuristic games. It's like, it's the Call of Duty formula with a lot of things that are going to change the way it plays. I personally don't see an issue with that. And in fact, I'm kind of excited for that, actually. About the other stuff, the lack of a traditional campaign and instead multiple missions for each specialist, it irritates me, honestly. I could have gone without 3 zombies maps and a battle royale mode, and I'd rather have a co-op campaign. And I really hope that the battle royale mode that they snuck in there, and it's not a big secret, people are going to be freaking out about it. You're going to get a lot of oh my gods, but like, whatever, we kind of knew that was coming. And you know, if we got a battle royale mode and, you know, 3 zombies maps instead of a campaign, I'm like, we could have, you know, that's kind of a downgrade to me. There will be single player like things, but they say like it's the most replayable game, it's made for you, and I'm like, well, you know, you got rid of the main, you know, narrative driven mission to mission story experience that a lot of people buy Call of Duty for the last, what, fucking 15 years? So no, I'm not really a fan of that, and I think it's unnecessary. The Battle Royale mode, I think, looks really corny. I might have, like, not thought that, except for the fact that, like, you play as, like, different characters from zombies in the campaign, so if you want to, like, play as Menendez or something, or whatever, I don't know, I just, you know, the idea of, like, a bunch of Call of Duty maps mixed into one giant one, where you can, you know, play as random characters and use vehicles and stuff, it's like, okay, I guess that's fine. but I'm really not that interested. It looked corny as hell. It'll probably be the first Battle Royale mode that I like, just because Call of Duty has tighter gameplay than stuff like Fortnite and PUBG, and maybe it'll get me into Battle Royale because I do like the tighter feeling of Call of Duty. Zombies did look pretty interesting. It looked unique. It didn't look unique. I shouldn't say that one bit. It looked very generic. What am I trying to say? It looked like it'd be interesting to play, more so than the last couple of Zombies things, in my opinion. But time will tell with that. I'm not really into Zombies, but Mob of the Dead is my favorite Zombies map next to the original World at War map, so I am excited that that's coming back. But you can see me getting excited here because they said there's more ways to play or something. There's going to be an open world, or, you know, a big world. They said make a big world or something, and I'm like, whoa, and I start clapping here, and then, like, they say it's Battle Royale, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm out.
Black Ops 4 is the game that lets you play with your friends in more ways than ever before. And we all love Black Ops for that combat experience. But imagine if we take that experience you know and love, and we spin it on its head, and we drop you into a large, massive world where you have to survive to be the last man standing. Let's just pause here for a minute. I don't have to describe to you how Battle Royale works. These games are no secret. We play them too. But for us to even consider this kind of experience, it had to be unique and done in a way only Black Ops could do.
Look, I mean, if you're not a Call of Duty fan, go ahead and tear the game apart. You know, I don't think the game looks very pretty, to be completely honest. I don't think the game is very visually appealing, and I feel like they're still using that same weird, clunky Treyarch engine that they always fucking use. It doesn't look as good as Infinite Warfare, fight me on it. It doesn't look as good as Modern Warfare Remastered, fight me on it. It doesn't look as good as COD World War II, fight me on it. I mean, it has an interesting aesthetic, but it's not graphically pleasing to my eyes. But if you do like Call of Duty, I think it's good to wait and see, because they said they were going to go more in depth than ever before. Well, maybe for the reveal, but I mean, really, we didn't see that much. They didn't list off how many maps they're going to be, how many guns they are going to be. They didn't, do a gameplay examples, which I was hoping they would. One of the things I am really, and what I mean by gameplay example, by the way, gameplay example is like, hey, okay, here's this character, and they're about to do this, and now this can be countered by doing these things. And more of that would have been nice. One of the things I really liked is that you can fucking heal yourself. You don't just regain health. You actually have to press a button on your D-pad or keyboard and actually trigger your health regeneration. This will slow down the hectic gameplay a little bit. This will make it, I don't know, like, that's the kind of stuff I want from Call of Duty. You take the formula and you do something new with it. I like that. Little things like that change the way Call of Duty is perceived and played without getting rid of the reason I buy it. I think the grappling hook gun looked fun. I don't know, like, it looks like a fun Twitch arena shooter, which is why I fucking play Call of Duty. So, like, I don't know, people are gonna compare it to Battlefield or whatever, and I have no patience for that this year. In fact, if anything I wage war on, it will be this fucking notion that Call of Duty is just garbage, when it's like, hey, look, they're doing a style of shooter with a formula that people like. It's like, I'm actually kind of fucking excited, just because, not because, like, I love everything I saw and I'm not concerned at all, and I'll make a whole video on my fucking concerns. But I mean, this is not it is not productive to look at the world, one of the world's most successful franchises of the last 15 years, and shit on it mercilessly because you don't enjoy playing it. Okay? Let's just be clear about that. If you don't have any passion for the franchise, then stay out of the conversation. If you're just there to poke fun at people for playing it, you're not productive. You're not hurting anyone's feelings. You're not being funny. We'll look at this game as a piece of software, as a product. I'm more concerned how this game's going to deal with stuff post-launch. I don't think it's the most replayable Call of Duty. Nothing they show, they say it's the most replayable Call of Duty, like so many times during this thing, but I don't see one thing that makes it the most replayable Call of Duty. I don't. But if they capture that kind of like Rainbow Six operator feel with the speed and pace of how Call of Duty combat works, I mean, maybe they've combined something very interesting there, or maybe they've made a really broken, shitty, gimmicky game. We'll find out when we get to play it. But we have to maintain a critical mindset and not one of, I'm going to tear this down. I'm keeping an open mind until I see more. And I do have to see more. I have to hear, there are so many YouTubers watching that reveal and they're making videos on it. They're going to be actually playing it before I ever do. And that's important. Some parts of the game, I'm going to admit, they kind of look like shit to me. I didn't care for it. But I think overall, it looked like a complete product, even though I think it needs a full campaign, and I think that's a big loss. And I'll make a whole video as to why it is. I think that Treyarch was super pandering to Treyarch fans. With the whole intro to their fucking thing being this homage to the first 3 games, trying to get you all emotionally hyped up. Here, let's trigger your nostalgia first. You know, something that I don't think Infinite Warfare, even COD World War II did with its reveal. They didn't go, here's old Call of Duty gameplay you used to like. Okay, now here's our new thing. Okay, so big takeaway from this, like, I watched the reveal video. Okay, listen. Okay? I want you to listen to me here. This is important. Other than gimmicks, which are new in every Call of Duty, maybe except COD World War II, there is nothing in there that would require you to forget what you know. This is more of Call of Duty's thing they do every year. Our most innovative, our most replayable, the game for the fans. It's for every type of gamer. I'm tired of this rhetoric, okay? I want Infinity Ward, after this fucking game comes out, I don't care how good it is, that's not a part of this conversation. I want Infinity Ward to come out and say, hey, we know what you guys like, and we tried to best suit this game to why people buy Call of Duty. This whole forget what you know thing led me to believe I was going to see something truly innovative. Okay, Call of Duty multiplayer with barbed wire on the ground, Call of Duty multiplayer with the ability to heal yourself and throw down an ammo crate is not... It's interesting, and I think it'll be fun. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not something I need to forget what I know. Forget what I know about Call of Duty. This is exactly what Call of Duty does. It trend chases. It does things other companies are doing. It does interesting gimmicks that are fun for a while and sometimes need to be balanced later because, okay, the novelty is worn off. And it's fast Twitch combat. Why don't you just say, hey guys, we're doing what we think you guys want based on your opinions on Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to see what you guys like. I'm worried that the maps are going to be boring and small and make all the engagements shrink to the size of something I don't want to deal with, you know. I think it's going to be repetitive in terms of its map design. That's the big thing I can take away from the multiplayer. Zombies looked okay, but it's like more of the same in my opinion. I'm sorry if you don't feel that way. I'll play it, but it's like, okay, it's more of the same. And then Battle Royale looked really corny and when they didn't want to show us any gameplay, so I'm guessing that was a late decision in the development of Black Ops 4. I hope I didn't call it Black Ops 3 throughout this video, but I think it was a late decision, and that's why they didn't have any gameplay to show us. So, you do not need to forget what you know for Black Ops 4. It looks like Black Ops 2.5 plus Black Ops 3. It's like, okay, that's fine, and whatever. It has lots of interesting gimmicks that I think need to be played with and balanced and complained about and praised, and all that stuff's gonna happen, fine. I think it's going to be a real loss to not have a narrative mission-to-mission driven campaign. I think that's a loss. I think that's a horrible loss. I think that gets rid of a lot of reasons people drop $60 every year for this. And I swear to God, if they do multiple passes like Fortnite does, where it's like this season pass, this season pass, this season pass, on top of like a premium pass type of thing, you know, with like a season pass, like $50 season pass, I don't know. We have to see what they're going to do. I wanted them to get up there and say these things, and this is what was not said. And if you stayed to this point in the video, I really appreciate it, because this is a lot of thoughts to unpack. I wanted them to get up on that stage and say, we're redefining the way we do loot. Do not worry about supply drop guns that are unobtainable. They didn't even mention loot. They didn't even mention that. That's a concern I have as a fan of the series, okay? They did not talk about how long this game's going to be in cycle, and I'm guessing that means it's going to be another year-long Call of Duty, so infinitely replayable until Infinity Ward does something. Neat. Interesting. Not really. And it really goes to show that they know their fan base, because when they revealed the fucking Battle Royale, they're like, this is the Black Ops way. I'm like, what the fuck makes the Black Ops way very good? You guys make unoptimized games that are terribly balanced for a large portion of their life cycle. I'm sorry, I loved Black Ops 1 and 2, and I enjoyed 3 up to max prestige level 200 plus something. I had the fucking Dark Matter camo, I think is what it was called. I played the hell out of it. But come on, these are not perfect games. You can't sell me on your game by saying you did it Black Ops style. The way they could have interested me is saying that we're doing this Black Ops style, but we're doing our post-launch content Infinite Warfare style. So, you know, that's all stuff from later, and I know this was just a reveal. Boom, don't get too anal about it, and I'm gonna try not to. But thank you guys so much for watching, and my point, my moderate, centrist, douchey, stuck-up point is going to be this. Wait and fucking see. Wait and fucking see. You do not need to fly off the handle with anything. Tons of speculation. You know, we'll listen to what YouTubers say after they play it. The ones that we know, you know, have some sort of semblance of integrity. And we'll see what happens. It's a video game at the end of the day. I'm talking about it seriously, but it's a video game at the end of the day. And you're not going to know anything until you have it in your hands. And you're not going to know how it feels and plays and how it sings to you until you actually get to play it. So let's not speculate wildly. And fuck DLC exclusivity. It was stupid when Xbox had it. I appreciated it when I had it because I was on Xbox, but it was still stupid. It was a stupid idea, and I thought it was then, and I think it is now. I don't think that people should have to wait a month compared to other people because they don't have the right platform. That's not what a multi-platform game is, in my opinion, and I don't like it. That's my opinion, though. For you PlayStation fans, bully for you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, thanks for watching this ramble. So, Black Ops 4 is coming out. Forget what you know. I already know this stuff.